I don't even think they noticed we grabbed a blast zone. Land. Yeah. Okay. One. Back. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. We are changing up what we are playing today. We are moving into the timeless format. I've been asked a couple of times to play the format, so I'm going to give it a shot. So let me know in the comments if you kind of like the format, if you want to see more of the format, of other decks that you would like to see in the format, because again, I am very new to it. I have never played Alchemy, so all those cards are new, and it is a very tough buy-in for me. So if it's not worth it, I'm not going to do it, obviously, because I have to get all the cards. Outside of that, I sold Natural Order, Primeval Titan. I'm sold. Get me in there. I wanted to play it because I love Primeval Titan. It's one of my favorite cards of all time in Magic in general. It was one of the first decks that I gravitated towards in Modern right away out of the format. So I was excited to play it here. So we're just going to go ahead and hop in. If you enjoy the content, please be sure to subscribe. I truly appreciate it. Let's just get out there. Oh man, there's that few people playing this format. I mean, I guess people don't want to buy in. That would make kind of sense. It's like very scary to buy in. Enters battlefield and land card from on your hand. Yes, this is just Razor in general, so sure. Don't enter tapped, right? Yeah. We do this. We'll fetch. I'm on the plan of grabbing a basic forest for now. And we'll play the groves. Target this. This will be named on green for now. Our whole hand's green. We don't need to do much else. Sure. Can't escape the discard spells. The speed. We'll play this. Gain some life. There's battlefield. You may search the library for a creature with value 6 or more, but I think I would rather Once Upon a Time here. Oh. Even better, it can actually hit my opponent. Arboreal Grazer cannot. And I'll discard this. Conjure 2 names. Forest. Tarmogoyf. That Tarmogoyf is already massive. That is not good. Well, every single one of these are hits, but we're obviously going to grab this Castle Garenbrig. Now we play Castle Garenbrig. Play the Fierce Empathy. We take this action. Go and we grab a Primeval Titan, and we hold because we have to block a 5/6. Then next turn we'll actually have the mana to activate the Garenbrig. Block like that. No point to get too crazy. They could Thought Seize us. Position doesn't work. They shock. Fable. People just can't get Fable away from themselves, can they? Oh boy. Let's just play Titan. Go, we take this action. We go ahead and go grab a Field of the Dead and a Battlements won't matter necessarily as much right now as something else. Let's go get a Colony Garden. We can make a blocker. Hold, and Primeval Titan can attack and do a lot of shenanigans here because we can go grab another Field of the Dead plus other land and trigger Field of the Dead twice, making 4 zombies. Shock here. What's that mean? Down to 13 already. Molten Collapse. The hero. See. Double attack here. We're only really concerned about blocking this. 2 can hit. We don't have really a whole lot of choices on it regardless. See what your play is. Nothing? Really? We can still activate it. We just need to hit a land off this Once Upon a Time. Fine. Castle Garenbrig, we do have a forest. We actually have to grab this Blast Zone because we want it to be different. Play Blast Zone. We trigger our Field of the Dead. and we play this Titan of Industry. He enters. We will put a shield counter on a creature we control, and we'll destroy target artifact or enchantment. This will be gone. The ability is already resolving, so they will not be able to interact. Obviously, we leave our little plant behind. And now we have a creature that they have to remove twice. And we can also block this Tarmogoyf. We have 2 redraws. Natural's Order is incredible. Windswept is also incredible because that is zombies galore. So let's get the Spelunking down. Against this deck, we really are just on the stall plan. We'll put this land into play. Figure Field of the Dead. I guess we could have waited, but yeah, they're not going to be able to keep up with its value by any stretch of the imagination. The Jund deck, notorious in any format, is generally a 1-for-1 style deck. And that's what Field of the Dead's so good against, is because here's a 2-2. Here's a 2-2. If I get a second Field of the Dead into play, here's 2 more 2-2s. You just cannot keep up with it. You can't keep spot removaling them. It trades every creature besides the Tarmogoyf, which means I get to chump block that Tarmogoyf for the rest of the game if I find no way to remove it, but I still have my 7/7 with a shield counter that I just hold back for the rest of the game and just continue to progress the game that way. And eventually we will overload the board with Primeval Titans, zombies, and just swing out lethal on our end, and the game will be over. Opponent goes first. They're Luris. Luris means a lot of things. We have some cool stuff going on. We can always Once Upon a Time for 0 mana. That's why this card got banned. I love playing these decks and just being like, yeah, this card also got banned. Well, we know it's not the Mirror because it can't be the Mirror with the Luris in play. Luris will also struggle to deal with Field of the Dead if we can kind of come out strong, get to it quickly. White, is this just humans? Sure. A Grazer means we want to cast her Once Upon a Time now because we're definitely going to play this Grazer. Field of the Dead, probably best card in this situation. Blast Zone is also good. But this is also good because we have a lot of lands in hand, but I think Field of the Dead seems like the better play here. Because if we can just get to it, obviously we'll feel a lot better. We want to fetch later because we want to be drawing lands with our hands. Get this Field of Dead down now because it always enters tap. Sunken Citadel will have to come in at some point as well. We have one more basic for our Windswept Heath to get. Oh, it's this combo. That's cool. I actually don't know if I can keep up with this. In a weird way. In a weird way. Let's play Wooded. Let's sack this. We'll go get our other basic here. Keep our life total high. Here's Empathy in play. We'll take this action, and of course we're going to go ahead and get the Primeval Titan. Although I do think we'll be slightly behind. If we can get Field of the Dead online, yeah. This is a good game. I'll let it do it. If it, we'll just do it quickly. Actually, I'll just skip ahead. You'll see a couple of these, and then I'll show you what it does if you've never seen this combo before. Yeah. So as you see, this will go to 21. It'll be exactly enough. So that's the problem when you play best of one sometimes, is your opponent will just play 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop and win the game. Yeah, we'll go first with this hand. We'll keep this. Start off with a Once Upon a Time because we definitely want to cast Grazer. A Forest is kind of what we're looking for here. Get it immediately. Is that actually what we want with this hand? Do we not just want to take this? Just accelerate more? Probably not. Get all this down. Get a tap land down. Castle Garenbrig will come in untapped because we have a forest now, so all our mana here is untapped. Forest cycle this and go get a land if we need to. Domain. Very cool, very cool. I'm going to play a Blast Zone and be able to activate it for one. If I have to, you know. Dash Ragavan, other things like that can become a problem. Block. For a cycle here. Go hit our lands. Grab one of these. Grab one of those. Grab one of them. Grab one of these. Grab one of those. Play this tapped. Let's play this. It could get more forest, but we don't want to do that. Bring in more lands. We'll do Windswept Heath here. Blast Zone is down now, but we still have the same blocker as before. They could remove our Grazer if they want to. Blasting Druid, sure, why not? Tribal Flames. So now they can use Bloodstained Mire, go get the other colors they need. Because Tribal Flames deal 5 damage, because this is a Triome deck normally. I'm just basing it off of what Modern does. I have no idea what we do in Timeless. Or what other messed up alchemy cards or other cards that they've gotten access to. Yeah. It's 4 damage. Razor will still block here. Because we want a natural order to be possible. There's no real reason to double block, I guess, regardless. Tribal Flame straight to the dome. Sure. Makes sense to me. The Primeval Titan. Fetch. We'll get our other forest. We'll play Castle Garenbrig, and then we play a Primeval Titan. Grabbing a Field of the Dead plus another land we do not have, because it will work the way we want. Field of the Dead, and honestly, just grab a Colony Garden. Yeah. Because Field of the Dead, we'll grab a second copy plus another land, and it'll see both lands enter. The Field of the Dead will, and we have all different lands, and that'll make 7 different lands. Therefore, we'll make 2, 4, and 6, I think. Maybe more than that. Is it 8? I have 2 plus 2 lands entering. Makes 1 for ease. It's just 4. Okay, mass hard. For whatever reason, I was thinking if I had 2 Field of the Deads entering with Field of the Dead in play. Yeah. Go first. Or second. Feels like we go first every time because we just get the cheated land into play. Yay. Look at him. He's barely put together. He's having a good time. Spirit though. We'll keep. When we have like acceleration into a scrying into acceleration if we hit lands, so it's all good, and we do. They call me, and then we'll play the Sunken Ruin or Citadel, and we'll name it on green because we have a way to access a red source without taking too much damage too. Oh, full guard. Throw this up. Could be playing counter magic, so we have to be somewhat careful here. Or not really, I guess. We just kind of barrel and make them stop us. Go for it. This could be Drown in the Lock's not available. Counterspell is. The other card is. Memory Lapse is. They're all available. Just hard counterspell it is. Took our opponent long enough to figure out how to cast that one. That's immediately. Is this Teferi? Baby Tef? So, it does tempo well here. Oh, it's Oko. Creative food? That's fine. Castle Garenbrig is a decent find regardless. Center untapped here, yes. Realistically, let's hit our opponent. Do this. Go grab a Primeval Titan. And we will go into our deck and grab a Field of the Dead. And a battlements, maybe? Maybe a cavern? They do play control, so we can grab cavern here. I will have it named giant. We ramp, and we have a field of dead online. We can make zombies pretty much at instant speed. We have multiple ways to play lands right now. We can Sylvan Scrying, go grab a second field of the dead. Play field of the dead first, and play Wooded Foothills, make 2 zombies. Swords. Coward. Don't swords me. That's a 3/3 elk that went to combat. Oh, great. That's perfect. Let's play Sylvan Scrying. Try to play Sylvan Scrying. You allow me? Sure, I guess. Let's play land, green. Play this one. Go to the dead. Put this on the battlefield. We'll make a zombie. Could have done it in the opposite order so I can sack this on instep if I want to, but I'm okay with drawing a Sylvan Scrying. That does give me another field of dead. Very.
You'll thank me later.
Bouncing my zombie.
I have a plan.
You can actually also do it on upkeep here since they're tapped out. It's like a good play to me. The attack with a 3/3 is quite funny. Basic island could be a lot of things. Make a
Surely you
oh,
must be finished.
activate. Go grab good old stomping ground. Enter tapped. Take another zombie. We draw Sylvan Scrying. Combat. Fairy. Okay, they really did just let that happen. That's pretty sweet of you. Very happy. I like that plan. Let's go grab second field of the dead. Make all of our draws good. 2 more zombies. Extreme verdict's possible if they play another white source. But Uro's good. Way to gain some life. Maybe play an extra land. No? Hesitation there, I was gonna say. I think it means you add a land, but I guess second 3/3.
Oh dear.
Sure. Paid actor. Okay, I guess I have no idea. This format's confusing me. Opponent goes first. I mean, the hand we kind of want, right? So, go get a green source immediately. Play Kami. On one hand, we could get the Field of Dead down, but I think we want to get Sunken Citadel down, maybe. I don't know. A little tough. Regardless. Oh God, no! They're on the play. Help! You're cheating. It's over. All over. Sure. What if we match? I'll match you, opponent. Need an untapped source. No. See? They're on the play. They're going to win. Unfair. Oh, it's Bant. Bant Titan. Bant Field of the Dead. I loved Bant Field of the Dead when it was in Modern before they duplexed every archetype. We're like, you've actually had enough. So, we're done. And I'm like, okay. So, we want to play this. We want to name it on green. We want to do this. We'll go get a castle. Yeah, we'll grab a castle here. No attacks. Sneaky. But this deck does play Fill the Dead, but it's more of a win condition than it is. Obviously, it's a win condition no matter what. It is more of what the focus of the deck is trying to win on. Like, obviously, we'll play Primeval Titans. We'll ramp and kind of use it as like a backup kind of pressure gauge for us. But our opponent is truly using it as like a... they're truly using it as kind of like one of their only win cons, and Uro is actually the backup win condition. But we're going to throw a natural order up. They can counter if they want. We got to force it if we can here, and it resolves. Primeval Titan enters. We need to grab different land types. Swords of Plowshare. There's that Art of Swords on Arena. That's kind of wild. Get Bajuka Bog because they have an Uro in there, so that feels good. And then we can go grab a Cavern as well and name Giant. Bajuka Bog them. We get the Uro gone. We get all that nonsense out of the way. Now we just need one other land type that's different, and that counts. Put Spelunking on a stack. It instantly resolves. We draw. We throw this into play. And now we play Windswept Heath. Trigger our Field of the Dead. We hold this back, actually. So we want to make it on their end step. You could argue we make more forest here. But I'm going to present a bigger board state. And I'm going to name red on this one. We just let all that happen. And now we have zombies cooking. Now, I said that this was their main win condition. But normally, it's like play Uro, ramp, do all those things, kind of build up, play Baby Teferi, play Big Teferi, play Counterspell, plus like Mystic Sanctuary. Thank God they played, because I would have never remembered. Do we think that this is enough damage? What would they have to stop it? So this is one... No double white, like, settles off the board. I genuinely don't know. Go get this, have it enter tapped. Because Spelunking will make it enter untapped regardless. Colony Garden, sweet. I mean, we attack all out. The pressure we're looking for. Yeah, they'll play like this. They'll play like Big Teferis. They'll play board wipes. Realistically, a board wipe here is probably what we'll see. Supreme Verdict seems most likely. So what if we just play this, put a shield counter on it? Regardless. So we put shield counter here, and then we just make a Rhino, I suppose. Put a shield counter on this, and we pass. We don't need more zombies right now. We want to refill the board next turn. A fetch land in this spot would be best, because then we could play it first, and then they wipe the board. Then we sack the fetch land on their end step, and then we make 2 more zombies, which, you know, it progressively gets worse. But here, they don't find a way to Supreme Verdict, or if Supreme Verdict's the only answer, Titan of Industry actually survives because of the shield counter. It's whether it gets destroyed or damaged. If this would be dealt damage or destroyed, remove the shield counter from it instead. So they wipe the board. We are left with a 7/7. Their Grazer would be gone. They don't have enough lands to make Field of the Dead active, or maybe an Uro could happen, I guess. And then I still think they're short because it's 3 mana. Yeah, but they would still survive, I guess. They would go to 10. They had like a way to kill the rest of the board. Who knows? Who knows? Not me. Go first. We have Once Upon a Time. We have the Commies. We have Primeval Titan. I mean, not really a whole lot more that you would want here. Cavern's fantastic. We could play Cavern immediately, but we're not going to. Do this. Go get our basic forest, minimize our damage, play one of these, play the land that will come in tapped. I don't really care if they know about the Cavern or not. It'll be green. We have another way to fetch out a Stomping Ground to activate something else. Is this like heroic, but crazy? Maybe. Well, we don't have to go get Stomping Ground if we just draw it. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, regardless. Let's play Cavern. Let's name Giant. Let's play the Kami. We have blockers for Ragavan if we want. But in Stomping Ground, have it enter tapped, and then we just hold. Although, like, realistically, if I want to block these, I'm not entirely sure. Because I would love for them to, I don't know, stay alive. But if this is attack from here, we're definitely doing it. Regardless, I still think we attack or block. Yeah. Calling their bluff pretty much on that. Natural Order is a good draw if Kami stays alive. Castle is best draw because then we just put in the Primeval Titan. Jukabog is okay. Jukabog's not great, but it's not the worst either. You just play Bajukabog. We're one short. We don't have a castle. We just get rid of their graveyard. Hold back. Realistically, this will block. We'll be staggered off one turn. And what I mean by that is we actually get to grab 2 Field of Deads, right? Yeah, never mind. We're not even that staggered. We get to play Wooded Foothills, go get the other basic forest, cast this Primeval Titan. If they have no hand disruption, which this deck doesn't normally, we're probably going to see like a Tribal Flames or something like that. They're already down to 12. Mono. I don't know if they have a way to just kill me outright. Alright. I mean, Bolt does exist in this format. Stage is a great way. Ragavan come on to number 2. Maybe they'll play Ragavan and have it stay behind. No, they're going to dash it maybe next turn. Sure. Here, all tapped out. We definitely throw a block. No reason to kind of hold back. Wooded Foothills. Fetch down to 12. This is the scariest part against these aggro decks. We go get a Snow Covered Forest. And if you're unsure, Snow Covered Forest and Forest are actually 2 different names. I know it seems obvious or not obvious. Is there actually Field of the Dead in Blast Zone? Probably Field of the Dead in Blast Zone. Considering Blast Zone blows up every permanent they have in play. So, our whole hand is currently dispensable. Nothing in our hand is set in stone. That's a 5/5. That can stop. But 2 mana, what do you have? You have Ragavan you can play. They just hard cast it. I don't even think they noticed we grabbed the Blast Zone. Land. Yeah. Okay. One. Back. One goes first. Your hand's pretty cool to keep. They have a Lurrus, which means a lot of things. Huh? So scared, dude. They know this card? Come on. Don't tell them. Yeah, I mean, realistically, I'll shock this in. I'll play a Grazer because I know about the card, and I get to hold up a Seiju this way. Then we'll play a Colony Garden. We'll make an 0-1. Colony Garden's so sick in this deck because of Natural Order, and this being a green plant token. That matters, by the way, because Natural Order requires the card to be green. Oh, is this just hardcore burn? That's Rakdos burn? Up in the night. My hero. Please help. We'll play Spelunkin. Draw other Spelunkin. We'll play Castle. I mean, realistically, we're just waiting, just hoping not to die. I know, very, very fun way to approach the game, but it's the game we're at right now. At 6 mana, we're a little bit short. We need to rip a Ruin off the top. Kind of the only play we have. Is it 3 or less? It is. It is an enchantment. We can't blow it up, which is kind of funny. But play Beseiju. I mean, it's this and try to survive, I guess. Blast zone's obviously like fine, but I don't think it's what we're looking for here. We could grab a radiant fountain. Does that still work? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 6. Radiant fountain technically still works. Yeah, so we'll just grab radiant fountain. Then we will pass here. Putting the line. Upkeep. Fire, scry beforehand. Burning themselves a little bit. I feel like somewhat safe, but not really safe. Like, this is going to have to do big work. Scry to the bottom. Makes me happy. Draw a land. No, you want to. Okay, maybe you don't want to. I want you to. And that's what matters. I'm so stupid. What do you got for me? I mean, it's got to be an attack, right? Let's say your creature does have menace. So, just so I don't lose both of my creatures here, I will block this. Or maybe not lose any creature here. So we go to 4. Do you have 2 spells? Land. No shock to buy Luris. Wow. That is shocking in of itself. We play Radiant Fountain. We play Titan of Industry. Titan of Industry might be enough. Titan of Industry says, I will gain 5 life and I will destroy enchantment. For a player to gain life, I'll target myself. Get that off the board. Gain our life. Now we have a 7/7 blocker. I could alpha swing BO1, just assert dominance. Lightning bolt. I hate that lightning bolts are rare on Arena. There is not a whole lot more that makes me mad than that. Good to discard a card here. Plunking's the worst in duplicates. It's actually good. Bumping the Knight's getting close to being lethal. Need to find lethal and quick. Kill the Dead is something. Just once upon a time. We'll do it kind of. Here, green. Be just too slow, I think. Take that action. Go get this Primeval Titan. I'd be thinking, well, how does Primeval Titan work here? Find lethal. And it is to do the best thing that we can kind of do on our deck. Let's go get a Battlements. Plus a Sunken Citadel. Name the Citadel on red. Have Battlements come in. Give our Primeval Titan haste. And then we'll have a lot of trample damage coming through. You have to be careful, though. Luris. Eidolon can come back. Bobble can come back. Wonder if they'll do Eidolon. They do Bobble. Okay. Looking for that burn spell. Sure. Fine. Huh? Oh, we know what we're doing. I should have played Field of the Dead first. Take this. We're gonna go get the Battlements, the Sunken Citadel, name red. I don't know why I'd not play the Field of the Dead. It's just like a lot to take in. Like, my brain's trying to process everything that's happening, but realistically, I'm just kind of struggling to do so. This is 13 exactly, so they have to block some of it. Do it. There's library for 2 land cards. I mean, absolutely. Blast zone. Go to the dead. Make all these zombies. So in terms of creatures, nothing's like getting through. We have a cheap way to actually win here if they don't see it. Okay. Don't have a cheap way here if they don't see it. Well, they see it. I mean, that makes sense. Yeah, they might want to block with Bowmasters because they can bring it back. Please be the only block. Come on. I've won 2 games just because our opponent doesn't know how Blast Surge works. I mean, they know how it works, but like... Come on. That's like 2 times that we've had Blast Zone of all lands win us a game. It's so funny. I love it so much. Oh, I'm trying to eat. Come on now. I mean, this is as good as keep as any. I think. Like Colony Garden, get our little plant up. It gives us an extra creature for natural order as well. Well, I guess we should have held it, no? Because with Spelunking potentially resolving, Colony Garden would actually come in untapped. That's like a weird thing to keep track of that I didn't think about. I like keeping track of that. Sweet. So now we play this. We name green. And play one of these. Little they know. Do we have another one? Play others. We actually want the castle to go in because the other mana allows us to make the mana work with this, because this makes 2 green mana to do the castle Garen break. I mean, natural orders was getting taken. Interesting game so far. I mean, I guess one can just go on red. Do this and we'll go get 2 forests. I have conjured forest. Might as well keep making land drops, I guess. We don't have a forest in play, so if we ever draw a Field of the Dead, these might actually work. Okay. Forest. Strike. You have to be careful of Orcish Bowmaster. I just thought about that. I'm like so used to playing standard. I'm just like, yeah, this will work. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Shoot that. They amass. I'm honestly surprised they didn't like let the amass token go, block there, shoot this when they've seen that we're playing natural order. Oh yeah, my favorite card, the One Ring card. Blocks. Want to give ourselves natural order outs. 1, 2. You mean to say forest, forest, forest. Activate here. Play Primeval Titan. Go take a little gander here. Go grab Field of the Dead. Field of the Dead. I messed up somewhere. Oh, I have 2 sunken. They're different colors. Doesn't matter. Do this haste. So weirdly, you can still attack with this, even though you won't deal any damage. Still attack, but less grab, other Field of the Dead, and honestly, what? Just grab last one, and I'm gonna make all these zombies. All right, here is 6 2/2s. Children, that's fine. Those are fine. That sucks. You think I play good cards? Hello? Yeah, I will draw. That seems sick. We take the chance to look. Fun time? Sure. Play this. More zombies. Next. All out attack. Draw this little plant back. Take this action. Good look. We'll Bazooka Bog them. Radiant Fountain ourselves. This. We could get Meat Hook massacred, I guess. That is something I didn't think about. Regardless, we'll see how the blocks go. Just that block. Oh, dude, I'm getting Meat Hook massacred, aren't I? This sucks. Oh, don't you do it. I'm getting life. Oh, okay. Never mind. We're good. We're good. All those. Up to 9 you go. Again, Kill the Dead, showing why it's really tough to deal with. Oh. How funny would it have been if there were just like ritual Meat Hook massacre you? Like after they said good game and then they just blow out my board. I don't remember which way it works. I don't know if my creatures die, do I lose life? Or is it if my creatures die, the gain life? I actually don't know. So regardless, we're fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. We're all fine. Okay. We can talk about it a little bit. I don't know if I can provide much insight, so I'm not going to do too much conversation about it. I'm just going to talk about our deck. The main reason why is because I do not know the format well enough to be like, this is good against this, or this is great against this. I haven't played it enough, and it probably showed. Sometimes I feel like I can tell that I went like a little mute. At least I felt a little mute. I'm just trying to think of what cards are legal or what cards I know are legal and things like that. Like, it's just stepping into a format I've never stepped into, and also I've never played like Alchemy or anything like that, so all those cards I have never seen before. And then I had to think of like the one attack, for example, at the end. I'm like, oh, I forgot that Orcish Bowmash is legal, and then our opponent played it, and I'm just like, oh, I forgot Orcish Bowmaster was legal. However, you cannot convince me enough to not play this deck. I had to play it. I love this deck. This deck is sweet. Natural Order is so dope. I love playing Primeval Titan. If Valakut was legal, just so we know, if Valakut becomes illegal, Valakut, the Molten Pinnacle, it's a legal card in Modern and things like that. If that ever becomes legal on here, I am putting Simic or Teamer Titan together, and I'm playing Dryads, I'm playing Mystic Sanctuaries, I'm playing Valakuts, and I am doing that plan. That would be me, and it'll be the deck, whether people like watching Timeless or not. It'll be the deck I play on Timeless whenever I'm not recording, or when I upload when I record. Regardless, nevertheless, this deck's sweet. So we have Grazer, which has been an all-star in these ramp type decks where you want to get something down early. Obviously, it has much more upside because of Natural Order in the deck. And first of all, when I first was like, because I looked up this deck, I'll link where I found it in the beginning. I looked up this deck because I just know nothing about the format. I didn't know this card existed, so normally I would think that Allosaurus Shepherd would go in here, making our green cards uncounterable, knowing that Memory Lapse. I don't know if Memory Lapse counters, but I know it puts it on top. I just don't know if it has the keyword counter on there, because that matters. But like, I would assume this is going to be the Allosaurus Shepherd. It works well with Natural Order regardless, and it makes your green spells uncounterable. So like, I thought that was going to work. But then this exists, which is a second copy of Arboreal Grazer, and that's sick enough on its own. And then we have the all ban card pretty much everywhere, Once Upon a Time, which fits well in this deck as well. It's a free look to find an extra land that we might need, or like an extra spell. We saw where we could dig for a Titan, things like that. Sylvan Scrying fitting the same role, ensuring that we get our land drops that we need. or finding a Field of the Dead when we needed, a Blast Zone if we needed, or like any of these other important cards, maybe Bajuka Bog against the combo decks if we need it. I just realized those have been backwards the entire time. I'm supposed to have 4 Fierce Empathies, not 4 Spelunkings. That sucks. I don't know how loud that is. I'll cut it if it was bad. Regardless, those are supposed to be flipped. Dang it. And the reason they're supposed to be flipped is because it's another green creature for natural order. Spelunkings and multiple doesn't do anything, and people removing Spelunking either means they're crushing us and they have nothing else to do with their cards, or we're crushing them and it doesn't matter. Like, they have other things to worry about. This card's not going to really get removed ever. And this is like a hard card for an opponent to justify to remove. So we play a natural order, and it's an additional cast to sacrifice, so they won't be able to remove it in response regardless. And just another way to get a land or a 5/7 that can make some foods to keep us alive in certain spots, and a Primeval Titan, which is the other reason I love this deck. I love Primeval Titan. Outside of that, we get Titan of Industry, and then the plethora of lands. We see the sideboard here. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't even remember putting in a sideboard. Whatever. I know I copied like this main board, but I don't remember doing the sideboard. And as you can tell, I didn't copy the main board well. I messed it up. I put in the wrong cards in. Other than that, that's all I got. I'm sorry. I'm just rambling. I'm yapping, if you would. But that's all I got. Playing some Timeless, so you don't really have to if you're interested in the format. Also, I don't know how much Timeless I'll upload, because obviously if it doesn't work well with a small channel like mine, I can't afford to have YouTube getting confused on what's good and what's not, and then just like kind of drop kick my channel into the sun. So if you enjoyed the content, please be sure to subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and we'll just move on from there. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later. Goodbye.